I've been to the zoo. I said I've been to the zoo. Mister, I've been to the zoo.
What? I'm sorry, are you talking to me?
I said I've been to the zoo. Have I been walking north?
I'm not sure.
Is that 5th Avenue over there?
Yes, it is.
And what's the cross street there, the one to the right?
That's 74th Street.
The zoo is on 65th. So I've been walking north.
Yes, it would seem so.
Good old north.
Uh-huh.
It's not due north.
No, not due north, but we call it north. It's northerly.
Boy, you're not going to get lung cancer from that, are you?
No, sir, not from this.
No, sir, what you probably get is cancer of the mouth. And you're going to have to use one of those things that they gave Freud when they took one whole side of his jaw away. What was that called?
A prosthesis.
The very thing, a prosthesis. You're an educated man, aren't you? Are you a doctor?
No. I think I just read it somewhere. Time magazine, I think.
Well, Time magazine isn't for blockheads.
No. I suppose not.
Boy, I sure am glad that's 5th Avenue there.
Yep.
I don't like the west side of the park very much.
Oh? Why?
I don't know.
Oh.
Do you mind if I talk to you?
Oh, not
No,
really.
yes, you do. Yeah, you do.
Oh, no, really.
It's okay.
I don't.
Yes, you do. It's fine.
No, really, I don't mind at all.
It's a really nice day out.
Yes. Yes, it is. Lovely.
I've been to the zoo.
Yes, I believe you said that before, didn't you?
You'll hear what happened in the papers tomorrow. If you don't see it on TV, that is. You have a TV, don't you?
Yes. 2. One for the children.
Oh, you're married.
Why, certainly.
Well, it's not a law, for Christ's sakes.
No, of course not.
And you have a wife.
Yes.
And you have children?
Yes, 2.
Boys?
No girls, both girls.
But you wanted boys.
Well, naturally every man wants a son,
But that's the way the cookie crumbles.
I wasn't going to say that.
You won't have any more kids, will you?
No. No more. Why would you say that? How would you know that?
It's the way that you cross your legs, something in the voice, maybe? Or maybe I'm just guessing. Is it your wife?
Hey, now look here, that's none of your business. Do you understand? Well, you are right. We will have no more children.
So that is the way the cookie crumbles.
Yes, I guess so.
Do you mind if we talk?
Oh, not really.
I'll tell you why I do it. It's that I don't talk to people very often, except to say, like, hand me a beer, bud, or where's the John at, or what time's the feature start, or keep your hands to yourself, buddy, stuff like that.
I'm sorry.
But every once in a while, I like to talk to someone. I really talk to them, get to know them, and know all about them.
And am I your guinea pig for the day?
Oh, well, on a Sunday afternoon like this, who better than a married man with 2 daughters and a dog? No, 2 dogs. No dogs? That's strange. I took you for an animal man. Cats? Cats! Well, but that couldn't have been your idea. No, sir. That was probably your wife and your children's. Is that right? Is there anything else I should know?
Well, there are 2 parakeets, one for each of my daughters.
Birds.
Yeah, they keep them in a cage in their bedroom.
Do they carry disease, the birds?
I don't believe so.
That's a shame. Because if they did, then you could set them loose in the house and the cats could eat them and die, maybe. What do you do to support this enormous household?
I have an executive position for a small publishing company. We publish textbooks.
Oh, that's nice. That's very nice. What do you make?
Now look here.
Oh, come on.
Well, I make around $200,000 a year, but I never carry more than $40 on me at one time in case you're a hold-up man.
And where do you live? Oh, now come on, I'm not going to rob you. I'm not going to kidnap your cats and your daughters and your parakeets.
I live between Lacey Avenue, 74th Street, and 5th.
Oh, that wasn't that hard now, was it?
No, I suppose not. I'm sorry. You don't really carry on a conversation. You just ask questions, and I'm normally reticent. Why do you just stand there?
Say, what's the dividing line between upper, lower middle class and lower upper middle class?
My dear fellow.
Not my dear fellow, me.
Was I patronizing? I'm sorry. I believe I was. It's just that your questions about classes bewildered me.
And when you're bewildered, you become patronizing?
I don't express myself too well. I'm in publishing, not writing.
So be it. Truth is, I was being patronizing.
Oh, no, you needn't say that.
I was. All right, publisher man. Who are your favorite writers? Baudelaire and Stephen King?
Well, I mean, I like a great many writers. I have a very considerable catholicity of taste, if I may say so. But both writers are good, each in their own way. Baudelaire, of course, is the finer of the two, but Stephen King has his place in our
Skip it.
Sorry.
Do you know what I did before I went to the zoo today? I walked all the way up 5th Avenue from Washington Square. All the way.
Oh, you live in Greenwich Village?
No, I don't.
Oh.
I took the subway down there so that I could walk all the way up 5th Avenue until the zoo. It's one of those things a person has to do. Sometimes a person has to go a very long distance out of the way before they can come back just a short distance correctly.
Oh. I thought you lived in Greenwich Village.
What were you trying to do? Make sense of it all, huh? Just bring order, the old pigeonhole bit? Well, I'll tell you, okay? That's easy. I'll tell you. I live in a 4-store brownstone rooming house on the Upper West Side, between Central Park West and Columbus Avenue. I live on the top floor, rear west. Now, it's a laughably small room, and one of my walls is made up of beaver board. Now, this beaver board separates my room from another laughably small room, so I assume the two rooms were once one room, but not a small room, and not necessarily a laughably small room. Now, the room beyond my beaver board wall, that's occupied by a colored queen, who always leaves the door open. Well, not always, but always when he's plucking his eyebrows, which he does with the Buddhist concentration. Now this colored queen has rotten teeth, which is pretty rare, right? And he wears a Japanese kimono, which is also pretty rare. And he wears this kimono when he goes to and from the John in the hallway. He goes to John pretty frequently. What I mean is that he goes to the John a lot. But he never bothers me, and he never brings anyone up to his room. All he does is pluck his eyebrows, wear his kimono, and go to the John. Now the other two rooms in the front on my floor, they're a little large, although they're pretty small too. There's a Puerto Rican family in one of them. It's a wife, a husband, and some kids. Although I don't know how many kids. And these people like to entertain a lot. And in the other front room, there's someone that lives there. But I've never seen who it is. Never ever.
Well, why do you live there?
I don't know.
It doesn't seem like a nice place where you live.
Well, no, it isn't an apartment on the East 70s. But then again, I don't have one wife, 2 kids, 2 cats, and 2 parakeets. What I do have, though, are I have some toilet articles. I have a few clothes. I have a hot plate that I'm not supposed to have. A can opener, the kind with the key, you know. I have a knife, a fork, 2 spoons, 1 large, 1 small, 3 plates, a cup, a saucer, a drinking glass, 2 picture frames that are both empty, a pack of pornographic playing cards, regular deck, and an old Western Union typewriter that prints in only capital letters. And then a strong box without a lock, which has in it what? Rocks. Rocks. They're sea-rounded rocks that I picked up on the beach when I was a kid. and under which way down are letters. There are please letters. Please, why won't you do this? And please, when will you do that? And when letters too. When will you write? When will you come? When? All these letters are from more recent periods.
About those 2 empty picture frames.
I don't see why they need any explanation at all. Isn't it obvious? I don't have pictures to put in them.
Well, your parents. Perhaps a girlfriend?
You're a very sweet man, aren't you? You're possessed of a truly enviable innocence. Good old mom and good old pop are dead. And I'm broken up about it. I mean, really, but that particular vaudeville act is now playing the cloud circuit, so I don't see how I can look at them all neat and framed. Besides, or rather to be pointed about it, Mom walked out on good old Pop when I was 10 and a half years old. She embarked on a rather adulterous turn of our southern states. It was a journey of about a year's duration, and her favorite companion, among others, among many others, was a Mr. Barleycorn. That's what good old Pop told me when he went down, came back, and brought the body north. You see, we'd received the news sometime between Christmas and New Year's that, like, old Mom had parted the ways with the ghosts in some dump in Alabama, and, well, without the ghosts, she was a little less welcome, right? What was she? She was a stiff, a northern stiff. Well, so good old Pop celebrated the New Year for nearly 2 weeks before he slapped into the front of a somewhat moving city omnibus. So that cleared out things pretty much family-wise. No, there was Mom's sister, and she was taken either to sin or the constellations of the bottle. I moved in with her after about a week's time, and my memory of her is slight, excepting that she always did things dourly. It was working, eating, sleeping, praying, and then she dropped dead on the stairs to my apartment then too, on the afternoon of my high school graduation. A terribly Middle European joke, if you ask me.
Oh my. Oh my.
Oh, you're what? But that was a long time ago, and I have no feelings about it now that I care to admit to myself. But perhaps now you can see why good old Mom and good old Pop are frameless. Hey, what's your name? Your first name?
Oh, I'm Peter.
Peter. I'd forgotten to ask. I'm Jerry.
Oh, hello, Jerry.
Okay, Peter, let's see now. What's the point of having a girl's picture in 2 frames? I have 2 picture frames, you remember. I'd never see the pretty little ladies more than once, and most of them wouldn't be caught dead in the same room with the camera. It's odd, and I wonder if it's sad.
The girls?
No, I wonder if it's sad that I never see the pretty little ladies more than once. I never have sex with it. How would you put it, Peter? Make love with them more than once. Once, that's it. Wait, no, there was about a week and a half when I was 15, and I hang my head in shame that puberty was late. I was an HOMOSEXUAL. I mean, I was queer, with bells ringing and banners snapping in the wind. For those 11 days, I met at least twice a day with the park superintendent's son. He was a Greek boy. Same birthday as mine, except he was a year older. I think I was very much in love with him. Or maybe it was just the sex. But that's the Jazz Very Special Hotel now, isn't it? And now do I love the ladies. I mean, I really loved them for about an hour.
Well, it seems perfectly
What are you going to do? Just tell me to get married and have 2 parakeets?
Forget about the parakeets. And stay single if you want to.
I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. You're not angry, are you?
No, I'm not angry.
All right, I'm sorry. It's interesting, Peter, that you asked me about the picture frames. I thought you would have asked me about those pornographic playing cards.
Oh, I've seen those cards.
No, that's not the point, Peter. What I'm trying to tell you is about when you were a kid, you and your pals passed them around, or you had a deck of your own.
Well, I guess we all did, didn't we?
And you got rid of them when you got married, didn't you?
Hey, now, I didn't need those cards when I got older, okay?
No?
I'd rather not talk about this.
So don't. Besides, I'm not trying to plumb your post-adolescent sexual life in hard times. What I'm trying to get at is the value difference between pornographic playing cards when you're a kid and pornographic playing cards when you're older. You see that when you're a kid, you use the cards as a substitute for real experience, but when you're older, you use the real experience as a substitute for the fantasy. But I suppose you'd rather hear what happened at the zoo today.
Oh yes, the zoo. That is, if you want to.
I'll tell you what happened at the zoo, Peter. Well, let me tell you some things, Peter. I've told you about the rooming house where I lived, right? And The floors get better as they go down, floor by floor. I mean, I guess they do. I don't know anyone that lives in the third or second floors, but no, I know a woman that lives on the second floor in the front, and I know this because she cries all the time. Whenever I go out or come back in, whenever I pass by her door, I hear her crying. It's muffled, but it's very determined indeed. But the one I'm getting to, and all about the dog, is the landlady. Now, I don't like to use words that are too harsh in describing people, but this woman is a fat, ugly, mean, cheap, unwashed, misanthropic, drunken bag of garbage. You may have noticed that I seldom use profanity, so can't describe her as well as I might.
Oh, you describe her.
Well, thanks. Anyways, she has a dog, and her and her dog are the gatekeepers of my dwelling. Now the landlady, she's bad enough. I mean, she hangs around in the hallway all day to spy that I don't bring in people or things. And after she's had her mid-afternoon pint of lemon-flavored gin, she stops me in the hallway and grabs my coat or my arm and presses her disgusting body up against me to talk to me. And the smell of her body and the breath, you can't imagine it. But somewhere in the back of that pea-sized brain of hers, an organ has developed just enough to let her eat, drink, and emit. She has some foul parody of sexual desire. And I, Peter, I am the object of her sweaty lust.
That's disgusting. That's horrible.
Aha! But I found a way to keep her off. Whenever she presses her body up against me, whenever she stops me in the hallway and talks about her room and how I should come back, I just say, "But love, wasn't yesterday good enough? And the day before that?" And then she puzzles, and she makes these tiny slits in her eyes. And it is at the point, Peter, that I think I'm doing some good in this household, that a simple-minded smile forms on her unthinkable face. And she giggles, and she groans, and sways, and relieves and relives what never even happened. And then she motions to that black monster of a dog she has. And she goes into her room, and then I'm safe until our next meeting.
It is so unthinkable. I find it hard to believe that people such as that are.
It's for reading about, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
And in fact, is better left to fiction. No, you're right, Peter. But the one I'm trying to get to, and the one I'm going to tell you about now, Peter, is the dog. Okay, I shall now.
Oh yes, the dog.
You're not leaving, are you?
Oh, no, I don't believe so.
Okay, good. Because after I tell you about the dog, then do you know what, Peter? Then I'll tell you what happened at the zoo.
You're just full of stories, aren't you?
Nobody's keeping you here, Peter. Nobody's making you listen. You remember that. You keep that in the back of your mind.
I know that.
You do? Okay, good.